Welcome back to the vlog. Bit of a different one today. I'm just going to sit here and talk about sertraline because on TikTok, on my Instagram, on here, people have asked for me to do an update on it, talk about how I'm getting on with it. So I thought it's not a quick answer. So I thought I probably needed to do a longer video. Oh shit! Hold on a second. Shit! Hold on. Well, that was exciting. Shut the door, probably a better idea. So I'm going to talk about sertraline, why I'm taking it, how it's affected me, how it's helped me, if it's helped me, and side effects and stuff like that, really. So I'll start from the beginning. Now, timelines here are going to be sketchy because I can't really remember when I started taking it or how I kind of... Anyway, so why am I taking sertraline? That's probably the first place to start. So I used to suffer from panic attacks, going on for about 10 years, not all the time. Quite often when I was driving long distances on my own, I'd suddenly feel weird, feel like I was a bit out of my body, floating, not feeling great. I'd pull over, I'd stop, and I'd get my way out of it. And I never really kind of worried about it too much. They were very, very few and far between. But then I kind of progressively started getting more and more regular, coupled with chest pains, constant chest pains. So there was a couple of times where I'd taken myself off to A&E for the chest pains, and had an ECG, been given the all clear, no problem. And that would kind of like appease me for a period of time, but then it would start happening again. Went through COVID, don't really remember having any kind of problems during COVID at all, felt fine, was all good. Went back to work, started social media, and gradually the panic attacks kind of started getting worse to the point where I was like sitting up at night and I was struggling to sleep, and it was affecting me quite badly. So kind of fast forward to the middle of last year, Mrs. May was on holiday with the kids and I was at my worst. My anxiety was horrendous, and it was then I kind of like recognised this was probably more like it was health anxiety. It wasn't a fear of them being away. I was constantly thinking I was going to have a heart attack, basically. That was my worry. I was constantly thinking I was going to have a heart attack. I was having chest pains. So again, I took myself off to A&E, had the ECG, blood tests, absolutely fine, nothing wrong with me. And again, this is why Mrs. May was on holiday at this point. And that would kind of, again, I would be all right for a week or so. But then so every time I kind of got the say-so from the hospital that I was fine, that period of time where I would think, okay, I'm fine, forget about it, would get shorter and shorter. And then I remember whilst they were away, I was driving and I thought this was it. I had to pull over the car, I was shaking, I was kind of doubled over the bonnet. I phoned Mrs. May when she was on holiday. I didn't know what to do with myself. And obviously it was a panic attack, I know that now, but it felt so real. It felt like I was going to die, basically. It just felt like I was going to die. And from that day, it just completely took over my life. So this was kind of like back end of last year, and I wasn't sleeping. I was kind of every night, I was kind of sitting up for an hour or so because I just couldn't sleep because my heart was beating so fast. I was sweating, I was hot, I was shaking, I was lightheaded. I was having like what I now know is like adrenaline surges. I was having like this heat that would rise from my ankles all the way up my body, and it was horrendous. It was completely taking over my life. So I booked myself in for a Bupa health check. I said to Mrs. I need to get some clarity. I told people I was doing this, and everyone said it won't make any difference. You'll get given the all clear, but it won't change you. I was like, I can't believe that. Surely, I'm not a daft person. If I have a full health check and they tell me I'm fine, I'll know I'm fine and I'll be able to move on, get through this. So I had the full health check. I was fine. They told me I was fine. And people that told me that were absolutely right. Within a week, I was kind of back to where I was. And I battled it all through Christmas. I think it was January, February. It was awful. I was just constantly thinking I was going to die. And then it got to the point, I think this was the breakthrough moment where I just thought, oh my God, I actually wanted it to be real. Obviously I didn't want to die, but I wanted some justification. I wanted it not to be in my head. I know that's really weird, but it was tearing me apart. I just wanted it to be real and not all in my head. And that is kind of when I started doing a bit of a research. I mean, when I was struggling, I used to watch TikToks all the time on other people that have suffered from health anxiety and phobia. And that used to help me kind of talk myself back down. And I used to watch them. There was one doctor who really helped. I cannot remember her name, which is awful. But I used to watch her TikToks and they made so much sense. And there was so much stuff online that kind of resonated with me and made me kind of realise that I'm not completely mental. I've got this anxiety. And like I said, I did a lot of research and sertraline kept on popping up. So I phoned my doctor and just said, look, I've got to do something. It's just inwardly, it's like tearing me apart. Outwardly, I don't think anyone would know I was going through this. I didn't talk about it really. I didn't kind of say it was getting to the point where I didn't know what to do. But I knew I needed to do something because I couldn't cope anymore. So the doctor said, yeah, fine, go for it. Give it a go, see what they're like. So that was it. So I started taking, I know there's a lot of people out there who've got anxiety about taking that first step because they're told the surgery will make your anxiety worse. Well, I mean, 100% it did. So I started it, I think the first 2 weeks, certainly the first week was horrendous. My anxiety was through the roof. I was up at night, but they said you've got to give it, I think it was a 3 month, I think you've got to give it like 3 months to like start working properly. So you've got to be in it for the long run. So gradually the anxiety started getting less and less. And I did start feeling better. Side effects wise, I was hot and cold. I was sweating a lot at night, not during the day, but at night I would like wake up and my t-shirt would be like wet through. And I was having to sleep during the day. I was so tired. About come 3 o'clock, I had to go for an hour's nap. So in terms of side effects, the regulating temperature has continued. I still get quite hot and cold. I don't sweat at night anymore. And the tiredness is still there, but kind of on and off. Some days I don't need to go and have a sleep. But that is also all been part of sleep apnea as well, which I've dealt with on a separate note with a separate thing, which I'll talk about another time. So if anyone's interested in that. So side effects wise, that's all that's really changed for me. In terms of, is it working? Yeah, it does seem to be, because I still have strange thoughts about health, about my heart, but it doesn't seem to send me into the same spiraling panic that it used to. So that must mean something is working, I suppose. Now, I haven't made an appointment back with my doctor to work out a plan of, do I just keep taking it forever, or do I need to come off it and see if I can cope without it? That's kind of my next step, really. Sertraline leaves me feeling very kind of, I can't concentrate on things for very long periods of time. I find myself drifting through days sometimes. If I was to be back doing my old job, I couldn't be on this. No way on earth. I would be way too kind of like not with it. I wouldn't be sharp enough. I find dealing with tasks very, very difficult. I have to really focus to get stuff done. So in that respect, that is another pretty bad side effect for me, but obviously everyone suffers with it differently. So that's kind of where we are. I think I've been on it now for it must be about 9 months actually. And for me, it's worked. So that's kind of where we're at. I hope that's kind of answered a few questions, or maybe people have got more questions, but leave it in the comments, let me know, and I can do some follow-up videos if need be. But that's kind of where we're at. Apologies for the difficult start, that was quite exciting. But yeah, there you go. And I'll see you on the next one.